Alright guys, so it's the final round of Swiss, the win-in round of our 6th-round Star City Games Invitational Qualifier from Lost Legion Games and Comics here in South Charleston, West Virginia. My name, as always, is Zachary Evans. I'm by myself, and we're already into the action here. On the right, it's Andrew Pate. He's on 3 wins and 2 losses, so a slight chance he might be able to sneak in as the lone 4-2 competitor. And he is playing against Randall Bazell, who's on Esper control. And as you see, Randall had picked up a couple of unintentional draws on the day, at which point he has kind of complicated things. There are 2 players on 13 points and 6 players on 12 points, and Randall with 11 points is complicating the matter. So this seems to be the matchup that the whole tournament hinges on. If Randall wins here, then there's going to be some people, I think, inadvertently drawing themselves out of the top 8 here. But we'll wait and see. So Andrew with the perfect start, turn 1 Mana Dork into turn 2 Domri. And Randall trying to figure out where he wants to be at this point. We see a D-Sphere. See a D-Sphere, a Sphinx's Revelation, and Elspeth, and a Last Breath in his hand. He's going to go ahead and use that Last Breath to clear out the elf. It's already done its done a little bit of damage here by launching out that Domri, but keeps him off of Pelucranos mana and further away from Stormbreath Dragon as well here. So we're going to go ahead and tick up Domri first. See what's on the top of our deck. It looks like a promo Gorklan Rampager. And then Andrew just replaces his elf and passes back. So Randall likely going to untap and de-sphere the Domri. And then Andrew will have basically free reign to resolve whatever he so chooses. That is in fact the line. So we'll see how Andrew can take advantage of this shields down opportunity. So shocks himself, which usually indicates a 4-drop coming, so either a Xenagos or a Pelucranos. No, it's just a hard cast Gorklan Rampager. Interesting, I think we choose to cast the Rampager that Randall doesn't know about, because I think we revealed one off of the Domri earlier. So Temple of Enlightenment, keeping that card on top, or at least debating it. Looks like we've got a Doomblade lined up here. I don't think there's any real need to do it main phase here, and I think Randall thinks better of that as well. So let's see what the follow-up here is, because I think a Doomblade on a Dragon, if Andrew goes 4th land into Dragon's probably a better spot to be in here. So we'll see exactly what Andrew has in store for this turn. 5 power on board. Just serving in here. Oh, and this is going to be a blowout, I think. Yeah, I don't think Randall can resist, and I don't blame him. It doesn't look like Andrew has a 4th land. So instead of 8 damage, it's going to be a 2-for-1, and then we just play an Elvish Mystic and pass the turn back. So 3 Mana Dorks from Andrew, kind of clogging up his draw here, giving Randall time to get to the 6 mana he needs to land that Elspeth. Another scry left on top here. And here's a Thoughtseize. He's going to go ahead and drop Randall down to 16, revealing Xenagod. I don't know what that split card is, and Mizzium Orders. And I apologize for the glare there, but Xenagod does hit the bin. Andrew's going to scry off a Temple of Abandon and leaves it on top here. We're just beating in with the elves, or we're going to cast something here? Nope. Commence Elf Beatdown. So Randall drops down to 14, but he's got to be pretty thrilled with the way the game has gone here. So it looks like he drew a Quicken. So he can either land the Elspeth now if he wants to, or he can leave up Quicken and Dissolve. We also know he has a Sphinx's Revelation. I don't know if he has a Supreme Verdict in his hand or not. I think I may have seen one slightly earlier, but I could be completely mistaken. But Randall clearly in the driver's seat here with Dissolve up, that Elspeth going to come down, and Andrew not providing any pressure other than these two Elvish Mystics. Is that card Armed and Dangerous, maybe? I don't think it is. And there's another Gore Clan Rampager. I think it's going to meet a Dissolve just so Randall can scry here. And he leaves it on top yet again, so 3 scries, 3 cards left on top from another Temple. And again leaving it on top. And here is an Elspeth. That of course going to stick. Let's start making some tokens here. And Randall ever prepared with the exact tokens he needs, so Els will no longer be able to attack, but I think we've got a dragon in hand here, which is going to keep Elspeth honest. Dragon can come down and knock Elspeth down to a loyalty count where she won't be able to Retribution of the Meek. And Andrew just passes the turn back, so I may have misread his hand for Dragon that he did not have. And there's is that 2 Sphinx's Revs in his hand? Man, Randall getting aggressive here, going ahead and serve in with his 3 soldier tokens. Going to make 3 to replace it and leave up a Rev for 4, it looks like. So Andrew's falling slowly behind here. Needs to find an answer to that Elspeth. It's going to need to come in the air or involve a... so here's 6 mana, or 7 mana, for... I do not know what that card is. And there is a Dissolve. So the card was not Armed and Dangerous, it was Flesh and Blood. And I'm going to be honest with you, I don't know what that card does. Exile target creature card from a graveyard, put X +1/+1 counters on target creature, where X is the power of the card you exiled. And then you can fuse it. Target creature you control deals damage equal to its power to target creature or player, so he's going to use that to kill the Elspeth. Unfortunately, a Dissolve wrecked those plans. And I think Randall's pretty much out of the woods here. So we're losing to an Elspeth emblem here unless we have an answer. There's Mizium Mortars. That will slow the clock down considerably. The Mystics will be able to get in for 2 to keep the Elspeth honest. And I guess we knew about those mortars from the early Thoughtseize, so not a surprise there. But and here's a Rev for 4, which should pretty much seal the deal here. Looks like Randall drew a replacement Elspeth. So Randall Bazell going to untap with 7 lands and Elspeth on 5 counters. And a hand readily stocked following a Sphinx's Revelation. We do see another Elspeth in play, or in his hand. We'll start the turn off by scrying with a Temple of Silence. finally he pushes one to the bottom. Yep. Are you still in the tournament?
I don't think I'm top 8.
Okay.
There's no chance.
Are you X2?
Yeah.
The only X2 that might make it is the one playing right now.
Yeah, my tiebreaker is pretty awful.
So we're now joined by Jonathan Wright, who...
Hello.
So Domri does make an appearance. There's a Storm Breath off the top. That Storm Breath can be cast because of the Elvish Mystics. And that's going to come in there and do a little bit of work on Elspeth, which I believe is at 6 counters. Using dice I can't see. Forgot to tell him.
It's like 6.
Right. Yep. So that dragon does come in and clear out the, knocks Elspeth down to 2 here.
Oh, you're talking about Brussels.
Randall.
The other one.
Yeah, Randall.
Or Randall.
Yep.
Is it worse than yours?
So, we're also sitting farther away. So Randall's got some options here. Interesting. Just serving in, attacking Andrew's life total. Yep. But we have to be pretty concerned about this Storm Breath, right? I mean, do we verdict here? Well, we don't verdict after we make the
monsters, right?
Yes, we don't verdict after we make the tokens, or unless we just made a mistake. Unless Randall is...
Might be thinking about a Doomblade here. Oh, he's... Okay. Just a Revelation looking for...
Oh, he's going to play another Elspeth. And -4?
Minus, probably.
Yeah. I like that line, too. I thought there was a quicken verdict in his hand, and that's why I was thinking maybe he was doing that line, but even then, there's probably no...
Just play the verdict.
Yes, yeah. So Domri ticks up again. We miss. Andrew with just 2 cards in his hand. I can't tell what either of them are. He has thrown a lot of haymakers in this game, and Randall has had an answer every time. And Andrew has seen enough.
Okay, so he starts off with a turn 1 Elvish Mystic. Pretty much the ideal draw. Let's see if he has a turn 2 Domri. Looks like he does. Oh no, it's Corsair. Okay. Can't be happy if you're Randall. It's a pretty nice start. Doesn't look like he has a land, I don't think. Nope. No land, just gonna core clan you. Pass the turn. Likely holding up dissolve mana. Nope, still no land. So, looks like Randall's gonna be able to get ahead here. If Andrew just doesn't see any lands. His next play is almost certainly getting dissolved. If he has one, even. Oh no. All the way to 6. I might have spoke too soon. He might be able to get here off the back of Courser and Elvish Mystic. A verdict here would be great. So you'd be shutting him off from his third lane definitely with no Courser on the field. Yeah, it looks like he's going to shock himself to do that. Yep.
Sorry. Have you been
Yes.
commentating? All right, good.
He's missing land drops like crazy. He
Hey,
does have a
Randall.
play here with Scavenging Ooze, but Randall is at 4. Off the back up. 2 mana and Elvish Mystic.
Oh my goodness! I thought when you missed land drops, I think talking about Randall.
Andrew, he's holding a bunch of goodies.
How'd he get him down to 4?
He scored 2 more plans and some attacks.
He's just going all in?
Yeah, I mean, he can't do anything else. So this Ooze can get bit. Oh, nope, never mind.
Yeah.
So he's got to pray there's a land on top here. Nope.
Another Domri that just taunts him.
Yeah, he doesn't have a play, does he? Yeah, okay.
All right, miscutter for 1.
I mean, he's at 4. 3 now.
It's a 4-turn clock.
And here comes the shakes.
Jace is very good in the spot. I don't know if it's a dissolve or a quicken. I think
He's
when
holding up that dissolve.
I think when I see dissolve in his hand, I read it as a quicken, which is clearly not what it.
It's gotta be upsetting if you're gonna lose this game. 2 mana. Your opponent's side of the field.
Yeah.
Oh, no Jace. Does he have a black source? I don't think he does he?
And Gorklan is lethal here because you can't counter a Gorklan, right?
1, yeah.
One, yeah.
What did Baby Rev?
Yeah.
Rev for 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, that buys him 2 turns.
Yeah, I mean, that's perfectly fine.
Yeah. And he chained revs there. He didn't play back in the day, but chaining revs is a lot like chaining cryptic commands, like decks that just won't die.
Oh, yeah. Well, Esper won first game.
This game isn't anywhere close to being over.
No.
I mean, with that rev in hand, Randall's life is effectively 7. He's facing down.
Oh, he has another Rev in his hand?
I think he drew one off of the last one.
Oh. I mean, you have to do it.
Mm-hmm.
If he has a Rev here, you gotta do that too.
Is he going to? Is he considering dissolving this Elvish Mystic?
No, I think he's
No, just revving. Yeah. So rev for 3. So puts him back up to 6. I mean, and a verdict is really what you're looking for here, right? Because you can verdict. There's a D-sphere. Was the last card a verdict? I couldn't tell.
I mean, Andrew's hand wasn't that bad. Like, he had a turn 2 Courser. Like, he had plenty of opportunities to get a land off the top. And it just didn't happen.
And verdict's great here because you can verdict and leave up dissolve.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 7's a sweet
Yeah,
spot.
he does have a verdict. And I think you do it here just to keep, because it's value. You get rid of that miscutter. That's the only way you can do it either. I do like, Randall has been, like, it's a very small mechanical thing, but he always scries first. Like, not everyone does that.
Make sure what you gotta do.
Yeah, get as much information as possible. Just make better decisions that way.
Yeah, verdict with dissolve on.
Yeah, and so Randall can pass back here with dissolve. Oh.
Seems like a...
That's fine too, because you take the Domri. It's the only thing that he could cast here.
Yeah.
Pretty aggressive Thoughtseize at 6 life, though. But
Yeah, I don't know if I like that Thoughtseize.
hey, now,
Hey.
immediately rewarded for it. But now he can say. But now he trades his Thoughtseize for a Domri. He can trade his, you know.
I mean, if he had a dissolve, same thing, really. If you're Thoughtseizing, then I like scrying after the Thoughtseize. But
Yeah, that's a good point too.
yeah, other than that,
We need to find a win condition here at some point.
Yep, there's one.
And Andrew just playing with his hand up since it was revealed
I think
Thoughtseize.
he's getting ready to scoop. It's gonna be in one motion. Is this any good? Okay.
No, it's not okay. Or is it?
Does he have it or something? He might have decided them out. Some people do. I don't know, he's just getting ahead of himself.
Because I was thinking, like, maybe he wants to save it for the Rorkthar, but that's so far away from now.
Yeah. He's got to rip 2 lands.
And so you can attack in here for just the 4 because it's the same clock, right? It's 3-turn clock. I'm happy to admit, I try to stay impartial on these things, but I am kind of cheering for Randall, if only because it does complicate the top 8, and it's always a little bit more drama. But I think we're paying down to 11th place now.
Oh, cool.
So 6 packs to 9th, 10th, and 11th, give or take, which is that's the 4th through 8th prize, or normally.
Okay.
I don't know how that is.
Doing the full amount.
What's he left in his hand? He has a D-sphere. Land Storm Breath?
It's land. Does he have to already? No, he doesn't. He has
hold on. Yeah. My work here is done. Yeah, they caught it too. I was going to have to call JB or whatever, but...
Settle for this mutable, I guess. Tap my red swords.
So Randall, dead on board, theoretically. But he has an Aetherling which we can bounce and whatever.
I want Andrew to rip a Gore clan, attack him, have him block, and then Gore clan. Because then you can't get rid of your Aetherling, and your Aetherling is
What did he draw?
from a Gore clan. That's what I want to see.
He drew a second red, but it's a tapped land. And that's going to be enough. So congratulations to Randall. Tough, like you said, tough go of it for Andrew. You never want to see anybody lose two variants like that, especially.
He had 2 lands, Knowledge Mystic, and a Core Searcher fix.
Yeah, but you can't control. You can control what you keep. You can't control what comes off the top. So unfortunate, but congratulations to Randall. He should be moving on to the top 8 now, and we'll see which one of these numbnuts.
So let's see what this does.
So
I mean, I know you already did it.
yeah. So basically, Randall now has 14 points. He is in the top 8, guaranteed. The only 2 other matches that everyone else has 9 points, so they can only max out at 12. You've got 4 players now that have 13 points. That's Nick Reed, Brandon Gibbs, Ken Moser, and Doug Laxton. And I'm going to step outside and see if I can see the standings still posted.
I believe they are, yeah.
Which means that if tiebreakers hold the way that they currently are, which is no guarantee, but we can't guess, there's a lot of things going on here. Nick, Brandon, and Ken make it in, and Doug Laxton is your unfortunate loser. He's 3 points behind currently, percentage points behind Ken. So it'll be pretty drastic for him